What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, guys, it is another Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys know, as you come into the live stream, please leave a quick comment. Just hit a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me okay, see me okay, make sure everything looks good, sounds good. And for tonight, just figured we would go over a little bit of the previous Lake Russell tournament in preparation for the Lake Hartwell Classic that is coming up this coming weekend, guys. So, like I said, as you come into the chat, please make sure you hit the like button and also leave a comment in the chat so I can see who is checking in this evening. And all right, just want to make sure everything looks good, sounds good, guys. And yeah, as always, just go over a little bit of information regarding the upcoming tournament, the previous tournament. Like I said, kind of do a little comparison and go over, I guess, kind of what my game plan is, and also just catch up with you guys, see how you guys have been doing over the weekend. If anybody was out there involved in any tournaments, if you hit the lake, what did you do? How did you do out there? Let's, just have a little conversation. All right. Let's see. All right. So we have a few guys checking in. Everything is looking good, sounding good. And just in the meantime, just getting a few things set up on my end, guys. Yeah, just looking forward to hearing what you guys have been up to. And also just kind of go over a few things that's coming up for me this weekend. And as you guys know, we have finished the tournament season, but the classic is the last thing that we have left. And if you watched the last live stream, we had a good time with that. I think we had Chicken Hawk over here. We did a little a little bit about Lake Gunnersville, which was a very, very tough lake for me, especially in the fall with the transition and everything that's going on. All right. Okay. I see we have some new people checking in. Just giving some guys a little bit more time to kind of funnel into the live stream, and then we'll go ahead and get going, guys. All right, let's see. All right, so we have Tim checking in. Tim is hitting me with the 1. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good. All right, Eric, you are back. All right, good to have you back into the live stream. All right, and Tim says, "What's up, bud? And congrats on your win." All right, really, really appreciate that. So, if some of you guys may not have known about it if you weren't on the last live stream, but we did finish up our tournament season at Lake Gunnersville. I did kind of squeak by with a first place finish at that lake, guys. It was tough. But I mean, it's fall fishing, so it's kind of to be expected. And I don't really spend that much time on Lake Gunnersville. So I kind of have to fish that off of history and pretty much just following that grass line, guys. That was the game plan, and I guess it did kind of work out for me. But my goal from that tournament was just to keep my points up because, like I said, we were fishing for the Angler of the Year position, and also just to see who received first place at that tournament. So let's see who else we have checking in. Guys, look who we have. We have Kendrick Mosley. He is a upcoming member of the Rob Bender's Bass Club. So he will be out here at Lake Hartwell too. So, I mean, you got to watch out for him because he's one of those jig fishermen guys. So, anybody that knows how to work that jig on a lake, somebody's going to be pretty dangerous out there. So you got to keep an eye on him. All right. Let's see. Let's see. What did he say? He said, "Let's get it. Lake Hartwell next stop." That is right. We are coming up on Lake Hartwell. That's right. It's time to get out here and see who's going to take that win. All right. And Eric says, "Nice win. Now you can get your target lock." Man, yeah, I mean, that would be nice to have that target lock, especially on a lake like Hartwell, because, I mean, of course, you can go shallow and go for largemouth. But, man, I just really like that offshore fishing. It's kind of fun to me, but I do not have my target lock yet. I've been kind of working on it, but I probably have it in time for the season for next year. But I don't plan on getting it this year unless something comes up to where I may be able to get a good deal on one or something I may not be able to pass up, and then that way I will be able to bring more information to you guys that are looking to get more effective as far as using your electronics out on the lake, because as you all know, electronics is one of the main things that we do discuss on this lake. And also, before we get started, guys, all right, see, we have a few more guys coming in. Just wanted to give a shout out to the contributors and supporters of the channel. All right, and we have some other people checking in because this is also being live streamed on Facebook, also, guys. But I'm not really familiar with the Facebook format, but I do see we have some people checking in on the Facebook side. So welcome everybody. Really appreciate everybody that is taking the time to check in and support the channel. But also just wanted to give a few quick shout outs. Let's see. So the members of the channel, and guys, if you just look right down below this video, there is a join button for you guys that have been reaching out to me asking how can you support the channel. The membership section is set up. And once you click that join button, it'll basically just give you the information regarding the membership. And just want to give a shout out to Mark E. Scott, Ray Tripp, Michael Jenkins, and Paul Gavinsky. All right. Really appreciate it, guys. He is the first member. So the first person of the member, first member of the money team for the channel. So that is pretty much what our little group is going to be called, guys. So everybody that is here, my subscribers, my members, my Patreon members, we're pretty much all a part of the money team. So our goal here is to help each other get better out on the water. So we're here just to share our experiences and just share information as far as things that we feel may help each other out. Let me see. The other thing, Rick Patterson wanted to give a quick shout out to you also, and also to everyone that has been supporting the channel through their super chats and just other things. And also Joshua B. Fishing. He is the guy that hooked me up with the logo for the channel. So really, really appreciate you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, guys. This weekend, we are going to be fishing Lake Russell. It will be a 2-day tournament. So if you watched the last live stream, you saw that we were at Lake Russell. And for me, Lake Russell, Lake Hartwell, Lake Lanier, which are 3 of the lakes that I do fish, they pretty much, to me, set up pretty much the same. So with Lake Lanier, I would say of the 3, that is the toughest of those 3 lakes. Then there would be Lake Hartwell, which was kind of in the middle. Lake Russell for me is I guess an easier lake to fish than those 2 lakes, mainly because I would say with Lake Russell, the fish tend to be more aggressive, and I do target spotted bass for the most part on Lake Russell, but I do try to get 1 or 2 largemouth to try to add those kickers to the bag. Lake Russell, I mean, there's a lot of fish, and I do get a lot of bites on that lake, but the majority of the fish I catch are kind of small. They're keepers, but they, their weights may be 2 pounds, 1.5 pounds, 2.5 pounds, something like that. But you can still get those 3 to 4 pound spotted bass on Lake Russell. So the video that I'm going to show tonight is just pretty much my some footage from Lake Russell, and just to kind of go over that and just show you my game plan and how I go about attacking the lakes that have the blueback herring in it. So that is the game plan, guys. And then, as always, I will drop the link. And actually, let me just go ahead and drop the link in here now, so it will be in there if anybody wants to come up, because like I said, we're here to share information, share different techniques, share experiences. And also in the comment section, if any of you guys fish any tournaments this weekend, please drop that information in there so we can give, some shout outs. If anybody came back with some wins or something like that, or even if, maybe the tournament didn't go as well as you thought, and you might need a, little pep talk, might need the money team to kind of help you out a little bit. So, yeah, just drop that in the comment section, guys. All right. So with Lake Russell, that tournament, I pretty much started off in the morning going after largemouth. So, and like I said, I'm just comparing Lake Russell with Lake Hartwell. So Lake Hartwell is a lot bigger as far as the different areas to cover. So at Lake Russell, I can pretty much run at every place that I need to, I would say within a 20-minute run on Lake Russell. I pretty much stay, I would say 15 to 20-minute run from wherever the ramp is. So it's not like I really have to cover a lot of water. Now with Lake Hartwell, you can run for a good 30 minutes and still not be, to where you want to be on that lake, especially if you put in on the lower end, which is mainly, I would say, the target there would be spotted bass, and then you can also target largemouth. So that is the dilemma on Lake Hartwell. Do you want to go after those largemouth, where I mean you can go after those and catch some of those 5, 6, and pushing 7 pounds, but you may also come back with that big O on there. And so with this being the classic, we're not fishing for points for this one. Throughout the year, we fish for points. So every fish that you catch counts. And that's why on the Gunnersville tournament, for example, my goal was just 3 fish. I was just fishing for points. I wasn't necessarily targeting trying to bring back a win at the tournament. I just needed to catch the points that I needed in order to stay in that first place, and that worked out. But different strategy on this lake. This is the classic 2-day tournament. So with this one, you kind of want to come in with a decent sized bag on each day. So having 1 or 2 largemouth, I think that might be something that I need to to bring back with me to the scale. So right now I'm thinking I will stay a little bit shallow, but you never know whenever that blast off happens. You have a game plan, but things may change. Let me see. So let me just go ahead and pull up this footage, and let me see. We have one more person checking in. We have DP. Darren Pearson, he says, if it was me, I'd be fishing the bridges. Yes, DP, he is a good, he likes fishing those bridges. He's caught some nice fish on those before, and on a few different lakes, Lake Russell, Logan Martin. So yeah, he knows his things about fishing those bridges. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and pull up this footage. Again, this is from Lake Russell, and then I'll kind of go over why I'm showing this footage, which is basically going to be a comparison between those 2 lakes. And you guys just wish me luck. We'll see how things go whenever we get out there. But I just wanted to give you a quick look. Hold on, let me go ahead and add this to the stream. And all right, guys, so let's just go ahead and take a look at this video, and I'll keep an eye on the comments. So if anybody has any comments or anything like that, then we'll come back up, just open things up for a discussion. And like I said, if anybody was out on the lake, whether you were in a tournament or not, just kind of let me know how you did. What kind of techniques were you using? What kind of water temps, what lakes you were fishing, all that good stuff. Just kind of here to, get caught up with everybody and see how everybody's been doing out on the lake. But let's go ahead and take a look at this footage. What I'm out here fishing. This is my Mega Live. Then we have what I'm seeing over here on sonar, and down here on the 360. This entire area right here is what I'm fishing. And on my Mega Live, all I'm doing is just panning from left to right and just seeing different areas and seeing some of those fish move around down there. And then once I see the fish, I'll kind of cast over to it and see if I can get them to bite. Decent day, guys, but take a look at that. Doesn't that imaging look great? Gotta love it, guys. Gotta love it. Take a look at that. Gotta love that. Got a nice brush pal out here on my spot lock. Let's see what we can do, guys. So those first images were kind of in more of a shallow situation. And whenever I'm fishing that shallow, I believe that was like maybe about 10 feet. I know it was less than 15 feet. So I'd be targeting largemouth whenever I'm doing that. And in this video clip right here, I'm back offshore using a shaky head. Guys, it is another one. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. All right, so yeah, that fish right there was caught off of, I believe that was off of a brush pile. And now I've switched over to the drop shot. So these 2 techniques that I'm using right here are pretty much transferable straight to Lake Hartwell. All right, here we go on the drop shot again. And And what I'm hoping to do is once you find a nice school of fish that are active, and that is going to be the key thing, especially during this fall transition, guys. Finding the fish may not be the issue, but getting those fish to bite is mainly the issue that I run into. And I would say generally it's a consensus on that. People are able to find the fish, but being able to come up with that combination that will, get those fish to bite, that is really the key that you're working on and trying to figure out. There we go. Live imaging. That's how they look on sonar. So for you guys who do not have live imaging, whenever you're seeing stuff like that on the screen, that's pretty much what it translates into. And let me just show you. I just had a fish tap it. There's my bait coming up right there, and they're following it up. There's my bait going down, and the fish are going down with it. But look at that right there. All right, and let me just. All right, so that footage that I was just showing, that was just giving you guys an example of what I was referring to, where those fish will actually follow the bait. You can actually see those fish and track those fish, but getting them to bite does not always work. Finishing up day 1, Lake Russell. Scales are open. Let's hurry up, bag them up, and get into the scales. Five fishes.
5 alive. He might have to go back. I don't see the 4 in here.
Oh, Lord. Look, man, you don't know how many times I kept counting my fish today. And every time I was like, oh, man, I'm missing one.
So I did the same thing. I kept trying to figure out if I had a cub ball.
Man, you know you can't go 8.6.
No, don't worry. Sorry about that.
All right, this guy right here, this is the guy I was telling you about. He's good with that jig. He came with 5 fish.
You don't do that on the first time in a boat.
Oh, he told me I can't get in no more.
See what you did? God, before it's hard for me to put guys in a boat. You do this too. Come on, what's your language? Oh, they gonna spread the word. Not what you get in nobody else's boat. We ain't voted him in yet. We already had one. All right, 5 fish, 5 alive, right? Okay. 727.
All right, there you go. That's a decent bag on that lake. All right, peoples, let's take a tour of my camps. All right, and real quick, some guys were asking me about my camping setup and everything on the last live stream. So I went ahead and included this in here. And I will put links to the gear that I use in the description for anybody that's interested in picking up the tent, this like an air mattress, the heater, all of that kind of stuff that I use whenever I'm camping. That information, those links will be in the description. Right. Nice and simple. Got my boat laid out, got the electric, got it plugged in, charging up for tomorrow. So on these sites, you will have your outlet for your power, some water over here. I'm not really sure what this is used for. Just kind of like a little well or something like that, but you can turn it. But basically, here we go, guys. Got my truck set up. As you can see, my tent is on the back. You have your own little cooking area where you have your grill, your chair. And then right next door, you can see the fellas over there through the woods. They have another spot over there. And then this canopy, what I use that for is whenever it rains, it enables me to have, sometimes I'll slide the table and a chair under here so that I can stay out of the rain. As you can see, the ground is wet. It has been raining. It's not as much fun whenever you have to deal with the rain, but what it does is allow me to get in and out without having to worry about the rain as soon as I get out of the tent on the truck. But let's see the other thing. I know a lot of you guys were asking about the restrooms. So just walk right up here. And there you go. There's actually a little playground over there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that for you guys. There we go. So you have a playground right up there. And over to the left, there's the bathroom. So you have bathroom, showers, things like that in there. And it's just other people camping. Just give you another view on the other side. Let's see, there we go. All right, so that's it. Some people have those big RVs out here. So you can make it as luxury or as simplistic, kind of like me, as you like. All right, guys, there you go. Tour of the campsite. All right, so I'm at another section of the campsite area. So I have another partner over here. This is his campsite. Has his boat set up. So we have a pretty nice sized area out here. Then he has pretty much the same thing, the tent. And what I was telling you guys is you can slide the tables under here so that you can put everything on it just in case, everything under your canopy, just in case it rains or something like that. So his is a 10 by 10, I believe. Actually, his might be a 12 by 12, but mine is a 12 by 12, just a little bit bigger, but just as easy to set up. And then over here, this is our kitchen. So I have my food. Basically, it's just some taco meat, cheese, stuff like that in there. Have that sitting on the grill, heating that up. So that will be my dinner for tonight. Kick back, relax a little bit, and get ready for day 2 of the Lake Russell tournament. So just relaxing, guys, having a good time hanging out with the fellas. Just wanted to show you guys another campsite and how we do when we're out here on the grill. So let me just move this around. All right, yeah, it's heating up pretty good. So yeah, just leave that on there for maybe like 10-15 minutes or so. Then we will be good to go. All right, there we go, guys. All right, easing off for day. All right, guys, there we go. That is day 1 of the tournament. Let me just take a look in the chat real quick. See, we have some things in here. All right, and so I have some moderators in the chat. Guys, if you have a wrench next to your name, whenever you see what that allows you to do is kind of moderate the chat. And so like I said, I just gave it to a few random guys in here, and all you have to do whenever you see inappropriate comments in here, which they do have bots and stuff that get into these chats that should not be in there, you just kind of click on the 3 buttons next to that chat message, and then you can just block that user that's not supposed to be in there. Quick and simple. All right, so that was day 1 at Lake Russell, and I believe after day 1 on Russell, I may have been sitting in second place, I believe. So the main difference to me between Lake Russell and Lake Hartwell is going to be the aggressiveness of those fish and the size of the fish. So Hartwell, which is connected to Lake Russell, Lake Hartwell, the fish there, they aren't quite as aggressive, but they are bigger. So where you may catch a lot of, I'd say, 12-inch fish, 12 to 13-inch caliber fish on Lake Russell, and you're kind of just culling your way up. So you can spend the entire day culling those fish and work your way up to 7 or 8 pounds on Lake Russell. So it's just a different caliber of fish on that lake. So with Lake Hartwell, I just have to come up with a different type of strategy, guys. So like I said, I probably will spend some time offshore. And the thing that I will want to do on that lake is just determine how I can separate those bigger fish from those smaller fish, because a lot of times on this lake they do mix together. And they had the classic there earlier this month. Well, actually 1 month ago, so it was last month. They had the classic there, and it's pretty much the same thing. The pattern is, and like I said, I have not been out there pre-fishing yet, but I fished Lake Hartwell quite a few times, and to me, I'm generally able to run the same pattern. But the main thing, like I said, is how finicky will those fish be? So you kind of have to have a game plan A and a game plan B together, because if they're not biting shallow, sometimes they're going to be biting deep. If they're not biting deep, they might be they might be biting shallow. But then again, you can run into that situation where it's a numbers game and you have to run and cover a lot of water to get to those fish that you need for the day. All right, let me go ahead and take a look and see who else we have checking in. All right, we have Deshaun Peck checking in. He says, "What's up, guys?" All right, what's up? I see that you have uploaded some new content to your channel. So guys, make sure you check out Deshaun Peck's channel. He has some nice tournament footage that he just put up. So really appreciate you coming in, checking out the live stream. And we have Academic Mailbox back once again. What is going on? I appreciate you coming back to the live stream. All right, so we have, so he says there's a lure we use in salmon that could be Texas rigged for your southern lakes over the winter. The Frauden Flies butterfly tubes for shallow finesse type work in back of creeks. All right, said he mentioned that. All right, so hey, you never know. I mean, it may take that type of finesse fishing where we have to break it down and go to some flies, huh? I mean, you never know with these fish whenever we're going through these different transitions, fall to winter, spring to all that good stuff, guys. All right, and then he says bass over there would not have seen it. Right. So sometimes that is what it would take to get that unique lure out there in front of those fish. All right. And we have C219 Troll. He says, "What's up, money?" All right. Appreciate you coming in and checking out the live stream. And we have, let's see, who is this? We have DP back again, says, "And then if it didn't work, I will go fish secondary points and second and third." Okay. So he'd go deep into the creeks, with a red crankbait and a perch crankbait. Yeah, so I mean, this time of year they are chasing those bait fish, and they tend to be very small right now. So you would probably have to downsize those. But again, you never know. Throwing a bigger bait may bring that bigger caliber fish, but for the most part, a lot of those bait fish on the lakes that even on Gunnersville, so Lanier, Gunnersville, Lake Russell, those bait fish this time of year were very small. So I'm pretty much anticipating the same thing on Lake Hartwell. So you just have to get something that will match the hatch over there. All right. Appreciate that, DP. And we have Greg 8 says, "Good evening from Central PA." All right. What is going on? Glad you have checked into the live stream. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the second part of this video clip. And let's see, again, I will drop this link in here. So tonight, I don't really expect this to be too long of a live stream, guys, because what we're doing is just getting prepared for the classic coming up this weekend. So I just wanted to touch base with everybody, see how everybody was doing. If anybody, fished any tournaments this weekend, just, as always, just touch bases with you. And that way I could go ahead and start getting prepared, getting everything tied on. You guys know the routine, getting everything tied on, set up, and, just getting your head right, getting ready for the tournament that's coming up. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at day 2 of the Lake Russell tournament. 2. Have a few guys already took off. Let's go ahead and get to it. And so this was it was a real foggy day. Actually, it was raining a lot, so I did not have a lot of footage, but I did catch a lot of fish. And whenever I can find those fish on a drop shot, guys, that's easy work for me. That's one of my go-tos on it. But it just, like I said, it depends on the fishery and how aggressive those fish are. All right, this is fish number 4. All right, so it's a keeper, but hopefully I can cull this thing out by the end of the day. All right, same thing. So once I find those fish that are biting and I can get those with a drop shot, I can fill my limit out pretty quick and easy. And it's just a matter of going through numbers to, like I said earlier, to get through to those bigger fish. A lot of times those smaller fish are more aggressive and they'll come and get that bait first, but you just have to kind of focus and work your way through it. Yes. Oh yeah. It's looking good. All right, now this is the biggest fish of the day. But let's go ahead and keep on getting some bigger ones. All right, there we go. This is the first cull of the day. Gotta love that. That's a nice looking cull right there. All right, and like I said, it's kind of a numbers game, so you kind of have to run and gun, and just trying to find the locations where you can get that bigger bite. So, does anyone in the chat have any tournaments coming up this weekend, also, or fished any tournaments this past weekend? The line got tangled. I had to pull that one in by hand. And while I was getting it loose, got another one. Let's see if this is another coil. All right, there we go. And all right, just wanted to give you a quick look at what I'm out here. All right, so that is the end of that video, guys. And there we go. All right, so basically that was Lake Russell. I ended up getting a second place finish on that one. We kind of went over that, pretty much all of the footage for that in the live stream that I set up for Lake Russell. But I will put together the individual video and put that out for you guys, because there's some people that have been asking me for that, because I know there are tournaments coming up on Lake Russell and you guys are interested in knowing what is the pattern for Lake Russell. And I'll mention this again real quick. I was featured in the GON October issue. So GON.com, the fishing report for October. And pretty much that fishing report is going to transfer over into November somewhat. So you can still use that information that was put in that article from the GON.com website, guys. So if you guys are interested in finding out more about that, you can go to GON.com, click on the fishing, then you go to the fishing reports and just choose Lake Russell. And then as soon as you choose Lake Russell, and then you want to go to the October fishing report, and that is where you will see the information that I put in there. And like I said, that information is very, very accurate, guys. And there's locations. They put the 10 locations that we fished, and I caught the fish that you see me holding up in those pictures. Those fish were actually caught that same day. There's no funny type editing or anything going on like that. So the same way you guys see me catching the fish in my videos on my channel is the same way that I caught the fish on the whenever we were out there putting that fishing report together. So really appreciate that, guys. Everybody that's hit me up, gave me a shout out for that. So yeah, that was a really fun and good experience. All right, so let's see, how long have we been going? We've been going for about 32 minutes. So like I said, guys, this one is not meant to be that long, because I'm just getting prepared for the upcoming tournament that's coming up this weekend. So for next week's live stream, I will be going over the information of what occurred this weekend coming up. And like I said, it's going to be a 2-day tournament. This is the classic. We finished out the tournament season for the Rod Benders Bass Club. And let me think. So we probably fished maybe 20 or so tournaments, something like that. And I was able to finish with the Angler of the Year for that tournament, for this tournament season for 2022. And now we're looking to see what can I get out there and do for the 2022 Classic. And I don't plan on going out there and pre-fishing. I'm not really sure yet, but I doubt it. I'm pretty much going to go out there, and it's fall transition, guys. If it's tough, it's going to be tough. So I fished it enough to where I can go out there and kind of run to some, different points, secondary points, creek channel, just pretty much using my mapping to be able to find what I feel I need to find once I go out there, and I can check the water temp, finding bait fish, all of that good stuff. So that will all be done on the fly if I don't go out there and pre-fish, guys. All right, so let's see who else we have checking into the live stream. All right, so we had Greg H checking in, and then we have Texas Snoop 2010 says, "What's good?" All right, what's going on? Really appreciate you checking in to check out the live stream. And we have C219 Troll says, "Tournament on Lake Secession Saturday." All right, so yeah, we'll be looking to get some feedback. So like I said, guys, this is where we can get together. If anybody's winning some tournaments, feel free to come in here and brag a little bit. Let's hear about your tournament wins. And also, if it doesn't turn out too good, I mean, you can still come here and, just share that experience and just kind of share that story and, how things went for you and what you tried to do as far as technique, what kind of fish you were targeting, spotted bass, smallmouth, largemouth, and, just have a fun evening going over that information. All right, guys, look who we have checking into the live stream. We have Carlos Mixon. He says, RJ, congratulations on the year. All right. Really, really appreciate that. Appreciate you stopping in on the live stream. I think this is the first time I've seen you in the live stream. And this is the president of the Rod Benders Bass Club, guys. If anybody, and I have been getting inquiries on people that were interested in getting more information about the Rod Benders Bass Club, this is the guy that you would want to talk to. So you can go to www.rodbendersbassclub.com. Click on the About Us tab on there, and then you will see where you can get the information about the club and and contact us if that's something you're interested in. And we do have some new members, so the club is started to grow again. It kind of calmed down a little bit during the pandemic time, but we're on the going up now. So we're getting our members to start back participating more. So we're back in that growth phase, guys. So if you are interested in joining a great bass club, think about joining the Rod Benders Bass Club, guys. All right, so I dropped the link in there. It doesn't really look like anybody has too much to say today. And like I said, this was not intended to be a long live stream. Just wanted to touch base with everybody before we got into the classic. I may be back tomorrow with another hot topic, guys. So just make sure you guys stay tuned just in case I do drop that information. But as always, I will continue to drop information, videos on a daily basis, whether they're the YouTube shorts. A lot of those are just showing me catching fish out on the lake. Also, if it's a full video as far as electronics, this is the main topic of this channel, is just going over electronics, where the guys are learning their sonar, your down scan, side scan, and your live imaging, guys. So that is the hot thing that's out right now. So that is what we go over a lot. So yeah, so feel free to always drop a comment or a question in the comment section. And actually, let me just put my Instagram down here. Where's that at? There we go. So just drop that Instagram down there. So if anybody wants to reach out to me for anything, feel free to hit me on my Instagram. But all right, guys, I guess we will call this an evening for this one. And I will be back on the next live stream. But appreciate you guys stopping in on this live stream. And I will see you on the next one.